So this,
You have to have, and he's massive.
oh my gosh, my beautiful dearest, how are you?
We did it.
It's been so long, The former barista champion.
2006. Yeah.
We were so young back then.
He has really nice coffee.
Oh, okay, in Peru.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you have to.
I would like to know, thank you.
Yeah.
But this app can change what it does. I brought you a YouTuber who didn't know what a Meticulous was.
I don't know, I wasn't familiar with it. How are you on channel? So can you tell us about this machine of yours?
Yeah, the Meticulous is the first robot lever espresso machine.
You said robot lever?
Yeah, it is at the heart. There's a lever espresso machine.
Okay.
It works just like a lever machine. What we did is added a robotic component. So there is a motor on the back, and we have a bunch of sensors, and we are reading all of the parameters: temperature, pressure, flow, the speed of the motor, all of that. We're able to control the speed and the force that we are applying every hundreds of times per second. So we can act as a barista would and adapt as a barista would, which is what makes lever espresso interesting and special. And we can do the same with very, very low friction for the user. So yeah, that is the magic of our device.
This is something that's still in development, or it's getting ready to release? Or?
Yeah, well, we've been in development for over 2 years now.
Okay.
And this is what you see here is very close to the final version. We didn't brought the final version just because we don't have enough prototypes of that one. But this is very advanced prototype, and we are getting ready to start mass production in about a month and a half.
Okay. So now this big bell that's above the portafilter.
Yeah.
What is all that about?
We call that the funnel. Something that's weird and special about this machine is that we don't have a water tank. It is a single dose espresso machine. So every time you want to make espresso, you have to pour over it enough water to make one coffee.
Okay.
And so that is a water tank. And surrounding the water tank, there is a heater. So we are keeping that at a very stable temperature. We can heat up water, or we can keep the water that you pour hot stable. That is also where a lot of the temperature sensors are housed. Once the piston goes up, the water wets the puck, and we push that water with a piston through the coffee, and that's how we make the espresso. And then we push all of that water, so it empties out. And if you want to make another one, you have to fill it out manually again.
And how long? Let's say put cold water in. How long before it's ready to go?
If you put cold water, it will take about 3 minutes. Because we have automatic controls, you can ask the machine to preheat while you grind and while you prep your puck. And so when you come back, it's very likely that the water is already at temperature.
I see.
So you can do that. Or if you have an electric kettle, you can pour hot water, and then you don't have to wait any amount of time.
And what's the capacity of the reservoir of the water?
It has a 150 milliliters capacity.
Okay.
So it can do like a variety of shots. It can do like traditional espresso shots or longer shots. And so yeah, it's 150, but that includes some water for purging. So you really have like 120 milliliters of usable water.
Okay. Now, why? Why did you design this machine? What was the problem you were solving?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when I first got into espresso, I got into it because I really fall in love with the science of espresso and all of the new techniques and all of what's happening with espresso. And I started buying different espresso machines, and I was not satisfied by the usability of those machines, about the flexibility. Like I wanted to do more than what those machines allowed me.
Are we talking about commercial or home machines?
Home machines.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and to be honest, also commercial. So like the science of espresso moved much faster than the devices. They didn't keep up. So the best devices to learn and emulate all of that interesting stuff are the lever machines. So that's why I lean into that, and that's why I decided to create this robotic lever machine.
Oh, okay. So your background in coffee is as an enthusiast, or were you working in coffee?
My background is in product design. So yeah, I got into coffee just like many people. I got sucked into the rabbit hole. I bought my first espresso machine. It was a Flare,
Oh, okay.
And then I was
The
sucked.
smaller flare or the 58?
Yeah,
Okay.
the smaller flare, and then I bought the 58, and then I was all in. I was sucked. Yeah.
All right. Are you based in Mexico, as I heard?
Yeah.
What part of
Puebla,
Mexico?
Mexico.
Oh, Puebla, okay.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
very near Mexico City.
Okay. Are you also manufacturing in Mexico?
No, we do have a good prototyping facility. So we build many of the parts you see here. We build, and well, not the one that you see here. These are actually production parts from our partners in China.
Okay.
But for the past 2 years, pretty much every part that we designed, we've prototyped and built like dozens in Puebla, and that is how we were able to move very fast in the development cycle.
I see.
And but now every part is just getting made in China, and the last prototyping batches that we are doing, it's all parts made in China.
Okay.
Yeah, we are not doing manufacturing in Puebla.
So when you're developing, were you using a lot of stock parts, or did you have to develop your own parts?
Yeah, we try to do as many stock parts as possible. One of the key ideas behind our machine is repairability.
Okay.
So the motor is a stock. The electronics, many of the electronic components like the processor is a stock processor, the screen. So there's many stock components like that. Also, the sensors are stock. But we did have to develop some custom parts or assemblies just because it was to ensure the quality. But we did as many stock components as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean that it's user serviceable?
It is user serviceable to a point. If you're comfortable assembling a computer, you should be able to repair pretty much anything that can go wrong with this machine. It is designed to be repaired like that.
Okay. When's it supposed to be available?
So we launched a pre-order campaign last year. Right now, we are getting ready for mass production, and the first units should be shipping to customers in a few months. And then after that, by the end of the year, I think you'll be able to just buy it and get it without wait.
Now I heard that the response last year was tremendous.
Yes, it
Like,
was.
on the magnitude of thousands of orders?
Yeah. We got close to 3,000 orders in
Wow.
just a month and a half. And right now we're getting close to 5,000. This is through Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so
awesome.
these people are helping us develop the machine, develop the software, finish up the mechanical design. So the money we got from that crowdfunding campaign is what allowed us to develop the machine. So it is a very cool relationship with the community. We have a very active and cool community that helps us with feedback, kind of a two-way street, and it's been great. It's
awesome.
really great.
And so what is the price point of the unit?
Yeah, so the price point, the retail is going to be $1,800.
Okay.
Right now, you can get it on Indiegogo for $1,300.
Oh, okay, good deal.
$1,350, I think. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
She covers the software programming angle, and then he covers the mechanical.
So are you also in Puebla as well, or?
No, I'm in Germany. I
Germany.
work remotely, but I have the lovely opportunity to visit them often. And we were just talking about like this versus Flare 58 versus Decent, and I think that there is a place for all three of them. And that the Decent is more the lab equipment where you have to do a full routine of puck prep to get it to a good result, but you get a perfect result because of the closed box. And this is a bit more variable in terms of like air, and you pour in your water, and you have to be a bit more precise as a user. With the Flare, is like all the precision is with the user, and it's like gradually you get all three stages of control. All of them give you a perfect cup if you want to do it, but you give up a bit of agency during the brew for it. The Decent does everything. This does most of the things, and the Flare does nothing. So they all have a reason to exist.
Even though this doesn't have a boiler, you can make custom waters to go in here because you're only doing 1 or 2 shots, so you can adjust your water chemistry profile in there and change what the taste will taste like because you have such a limited chamber. You put the water chemistry for that shot, and then you're not married to that chemistry for 20 or 30 shots.
Right.
You can change your chemistry or adjust it if you're not liking the results.
We have the dial app for like the simple views. We have the app for profile sharing and profile selection. And if you want to be a programmer, we will allow you to be a programmer.
No matter where you fit on the geekiness,
Yes.
this allows
Yes.
you to fully geek or partially geek.
Yeah, that is it.
You can be coffee geek and you can be software geek, and it is not discriminating you anywhere if you're on the graph. You can be full coffee geek and not care about software, and you can be full software geek and just do Nespresso capsules. If you buy an espresso portafilter, it's 58 milliliter, it will fit. I do not recommend it, but that's on you.
Yeah, so back here, you can see it, but there's a large linear actuator that's generating almost 3,000 newtons of force. That is what's needed to create enough pressure to brew espresso. And then inside here, you have a lever mechanism. So when the piston moves up or down, then this lever transmits the motion to the front, and you have a piston that moves up and down. And then in here, you can maybe see down there, there's a plunger. You can see it better. So yeah, this plunger moves up and down, and that is what's pushing. It's kind of like a large syringe. So it's pushing the espresso, and then you this is a normal E61 portafilter. You put it on like this, and then you pour water, and it heats up, and then the motor starts moving up and down. That's how it generates pressure. Then we have an integrated scale under the drip tray.
Oh.
So this is a fully functional scale, and what we can do is you can even measure your grounds here. So you can see here it's there's about 0 grams, and then if I put this on,
Oh, I see. Okay.
so you can measure your grounds here, or you can remove this and measure your grounds like this. It is a
And it will automatically tear between the two.
yeah, you can tear it. There's a tear button here.
Let's hear about that. Okay.
Yeah, and then you control everything with this wheel and this button to the side. So you can create different profiles. So let's say you create a new profile. There's a new profile, and then you can because it's a new one. It's not letting me edit. Oh, it wasn't selected. Oh, that's why. Software is glitching. Oh, so let me see here. So yeah, when you have a new profile.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so you can edit the profile, and in the profile you can just like create a name for it. Then you can change the pressure,
Oh.
change the temperature. You can enable or disable pre-infusion.
Can you set how much pre-infusion?
Yes, not in this version, but yes, eventually you'll be able to control all of that. And then like the output. So we have because we have the scale, we can do predictive stop. So it will stop automatically when it reaches a certain point.
Oh, okay.
Your output is exactly what you need. It will do automatic or manual purge. So when you remove the cup, it will detect a drop in weight, and it knows that you removed the cup. So it will purge when you remove the cup. So you can leave your cup. You can start a coffee, go do something else, and when you come back, your coffee will be there. And when you remove it, it will only then purge.
Oh, but it'll still purge through the portafilter.
It has to purge through a portafilter.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one unusual thing about lever machines, is that you have to purge through the portafilter because there's some pressure accumulated. So if you remove the portafilter, it will make a mess. So by purging through, it actually dries the puck. It's a very clean process. You can remove the puck very cleanly, and it gets rid of all the water, so you have a clean tank.
So as it's pressurizing, does that mean that if it's pressurizing and I was to pull the portafilter out, it would shoot?
Yeah, it will.
Like a regular.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I notice there's a difference between the portafilter on here and the one on the white.
This is the standard portafilter, and that one is a collaboration we did with a company called Canal.
Okay.
and that is the ultra light portafilter.
So does that mean the white model comes?
Yeah, this one is not a standard. This one is an accessory that sells separately.
So if you buy the white model, this does not come.
If you buy the white
both white and
model,
black.
you can decide on this handle or a lighter wood handle. Lighter.
But if you want this one,
This is separate. Yeah.
how much more is this?
This is $180.
Okay.
But this is one that they both fit flat.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Same? They're
No,
both-
this doesn't fit flat. The
not like
standard
this.
one.
Can we
does.
take it out or show us?
Yeah.
Show him the difference.
Yeah. So this is the
So this is
standard
more
one.
standard, and then
Yeah, the other one. fits
Oh
flat.
yeah, very
they're
nice.
making
very
this not just for. They're making a custom version for them, but they also make this same thing. It's a separate company
Right, in-
for other machines.
nice. And you said this is cut for the E61. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay.
Our head is E61. Not everyone respects the E61 standard, but most E61 portafilters should work. All E61 baskets should work.
Are you using any particular basket that it ships with?
Yes, it shipped with a VST style
VST.
basket. Yeah.
But it's not VST then.
We're in talks, so
Oh, okay.
I don't want to commit.
No decisions.
Yeah, but
Okay,
it
gotcha.
is. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So that's.
A little bit of mirror for the.
Yeah, we have a few accessories.
nice.
This is the mirror accessory. We also have the
the
shot
ball.
splitter.
Nice.
So with this, you put this on down here, and it pulls out the espresso, and it also goes into these channels.
Okay.
So it splits the shot evenly.
And it's also in a pendulum or swing.
Yes.
That's
so
nice.
it self-stabilizes.
That's
So it's perfectly aligned. So even if you put it crooked, it will stabilize itself.
right. Okay.
And then we have the tamping station, and we have this
Temper.
with the spring tamper with an integrated WDT.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, and then this is just a normal
Just a holder.
Yeah, holder.
And then what is this?
This is the phone or iPad holder. So because we have an app,
Okay.
and the app is it connects to the machine, and it can show all the data. It allows you to do all sort of cool things. So yeah, you can just put your.
But you don't need the
need
app
it.
to operate the
You don't
machine.
need the machine.
So
Yeah.
what's the advantage of using the app?
So many of the controls are quite complicated. For example, what you were saying about the duration of pre-infusion, it gets more complicated as you get deeper and deeper. So for some stuff, this screen is just too limiting. So the phone is really a very easy and fast way to change parameters very quickly. So like, for example, you can do a pre-infusion and then create like different stages. You can change the duration of the stage. You can add triggers, so it'll jump to the next stage when 30 seconds have passed, or 2 grams have been reached, or 8 bars have been reached. And then you can also do like a power control or pressure control. So yeah, you can see how this will be very hard to do on just on this tiny screen.
Understood.
So you can do all of that with the app, and then send the profiles, and it will be accessible. You just rotate and select your profile, and that's it.
Now, who is this intended for?
This machine is really for the enthusiast home user. It is not intended for commercial use, but for the home user who wants to explore, or all the range from anyone who wants to just click a button, get extremely great espresso, all the way to people who want to go deep, and this machine will allow you to go deeper than any other machine out there. So yeah, you have the full range of exploration.
So if your market is this intended for is for consumers, why come to the professional show?
So that's interesting. That's an interesting question. So we meet a lot of our backers at these shows, and also we work with a lot of roasters and coffee shops around the world to develop these profiles and to integrate our machine at their bars. So really, this is a way to connect and to also build these relationships and show off some of the cool things that we're doing.
We have different augers. So this is an auger-driven grinder, and you can control the amount of fines that are in your grind with the different augers. So there's a lot of new stuff.
So
in
you're
this
seeing the
one.
auger from